It's Diane from Teach Pre-K, and a little disclaimer about this video. It is only my literacy activities. They took so much time. If I added the art, the video was way too long. So I'm going to do a separate arts and crafts Thanksgiving video. Hey, this is Diane from Teach Pre-K, and I want to show you what we're going to be doing for literacy and art for our Thanksgiving theme. I'm going to show you a ton of stuff. We don't do all of it. I love to kind of mix it up every year so that kids that I've had their siblings, we're getting something different. I always come up with new activities that I love. Most of these activities you will find in my Thanksgiving lesson plan. A couple of things are not mine, but they're still great. So I hope you will enjoy this. And I'm just going to get started. One thing that's really cute, and this is not mine, it definitely looks like a Teachers Pay Teachers thing, but there's no copyright or name on it. So I'm so sad I can't credit anyone. But it just says Mr. Turkey likes to eat. So you can ask the kids, what does this turkey like to eat? What does Mr. Turkey like to eat? And they have the cutest answers. You know, some of them are pretty like, oh, French fries, but then others will say, you know, dinosaurs or my Uncle Joe. And then they can color the turkey and make some turkey feathers, or you can glue real feathers on, which is super cute. I've done that before, but this is a fun activity. I will probably do this either Monday or Tuesday of next week because we'll start talking a lot about turkeys. Another thing that's really fun is I have these little pumpkins with the turkey. It's a little mark the letter thing. I have got uppercase and lowercase letter cards. We use daubers and we just draw and mark the letters. You don't have to do the whole alphabet. We have learned, I think, 11 letters at this point of the year, so I might just do those, but you can do a lowercase and uppercase, and I believe there's a mix upper and lowercase too if your kids want an extra little challenge. My Thanksgiving lesson plan has been updated, so if you already have it, you want to re-download it because it's got so many new things, but everything's a lot simpler. I took a lot of these backgrounds off, so you won't have to use as much printer ink. Still some color, but not quite as much. But these letter cards are great because you can also use these for other activities as you go during your Thanksgiving theme. Another thing that I really like to do, this is kind of a cross between the art and the literacy. It's a name writing practice and a little speaking, listening, dictating activity. So I love the hand turkey. I've always loved the hand turkey. Call me old fashioned. I think it's really cute. So we make a hand turkey. We do the thumb and the palm brown and each finger a different color. When it's dry, we add our feet, our eyes, our beak, and our wattle. And you can print these out or you can just handwrite Happy Thanksgiving. On the inside, I have them practice their name. So we'll do this. Usually what I do is I have them come to my center. We practice our name on the inside and I say, I want them to tell me what they are thankful for or grateful for. And we've been reading about being grateful and thankful by this point, and we know what being thankful means. And this one says, I am thankful for my mommy and daddy, and his name is Max. And he did a great job with his name, and here's his cute little hand. This is actually my hand. It's an example. I don't have gigantic children in my class. But guys, I do this every single year without fail. Also, I keep going back to this, sorry. I also write the date on it, usually somewhere on the back, so that the parents know how old their child was when they made that cute handprint. Out in my hallway, I'll show you this stuff at the end of the video. I've got these giant turkeys, and right now they don't have any feathers. So either Monday or Tuesday, we're going to talk a lot about being thankful and grateful, and this is one of my favorite books. I always start my Thanksgiving theme with this book. It's by Eileen Spinelli, and it's just called Thank You. I think I have 2 or 3 copies by now, but it kind of tells you in kid language what being thankful is. And then I'll talk to the kids after I'm done reading this, and I'm going to say, so being thankful is like when you just really love something and you're just so glad it's in your life. That's what it is to feel thankful or to feel grateful. So, you know, you can feel that way about your Legos or your stuffies or your lovey or your mom or your dad or your brother or sister or whatever. and it's really cute. I really think it's just special because after that we do this activity where they get feathers for Mr. Turkey, who's outside our classroom, who has no feathers, that they will see when they hang up their backpacks. And so I always do a feather, and I always say Mrs. Lee is thankful for, and this is last year's class. Ariana, Calvin, Connor, Cece, Emmett, Leo, Belen, Benjamin, Bobby, Amelia, Theo, Jasmine, and Vivian. So I will decorate one of these before my class comes in on Monday, and I will write all their names on it, and they just feel so special that I am thankful for them. But I am thankful for them, and I want them to know that I'm thankful for them and I am loved. So I just get the 18 by 12 construction paper and just cut full size, lots of different colors. I try to stay away from pink because all the girls love pink and purple, and my whole turkey ends up being pink and purple. I like it to be a little bit more colorful, so that's one way that I bypass the pink and purple. There's another book that I love, and it might be out of print, and if it is, I'm so sad and so sorry. If I can find it, I'll leave a link. But it is Who Will Carve the Turkey This Thanksgiving? There's so many things about this book that I love because it's just fascinating. The pictures are wonderful, and it talks about, today is Thanksgiving, who's going to carve the turkey, and, maybe a killer whale, and maybe a shark, maybe a tiger. But there is a crab hidden in every single picture in this book. So the kids will read this book and we'll talk about it, and then I'll say, hey, did you know there's a crab hidden in this book? And then I have to read it again, and we have to find the crab. It's a lot of fun. They love, love, love this book. And what I paired this with is a journal page for my pre-K kids, and it is Who Will Carve Your Turkey This Thanksgiving? And I always tell them, you can be serious. If it's your dad, you can say your dad and draw a picture of your dad, maybe your dad carving a turkey. Or you can be like this book. You can be crazy and funny, and, it can be your dog. Your dog, Judy, is going to carve the turkey this year. And we just have a lot of fun with it. I love being silly with my class. I think it just makes the day so much more fun. So I come out with the most outlandish thing I can think of, and I share that with them. Another journal page that I do, because I do have the regular week and then the short week, we will do another journal page, and I just want them to do what is my favorite Thanksgiving food, and they can draw a picture of it, and I will help them write the name, like potato, turkey, whatever, and they will write it as best they can and write their name, and I'll date it for them, and it will be in our journal portfolios for the end of the year. So that's like a couple literacy activities right there. In my Thanksgiving lesson plan on Teachers Pay Teachers, I always have these foldable books. They look like this, so you can start them flat. This one is about pilgrims. So you color it flat, and then you fold it up, and it's like Pilgrims sailed to America. Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock. Pilgrims made new friends. Pilgrims shared food with their friends. It's super simple, tells a Thanksgiving story without... It's just cut and dry, no nuance right there. It's just, they made friends, and hopefully they did. I don't like to think that they didn't. I hope they did. I'm an eternal optimist. I don't particularly love these books, but my kids adore these books. So I always get out the Where There Was an Old Lady, and I have an old lady puppet with a mouth that opens, and we can feed the old lady. And then I just made little printables. And these are not in my lesson plan, but I believe I have the file somewhere. If you just really want it, email me, and I can send it to you, teachpk101@gmail.com. And so if you have that little old lady puppet, this is super fun, and they want to do it again and again and again. And I do this in small group. I don't like doing it in whole group because not everyone gets a turn. So when I do it in small group, I divide the pieces out. I know how many pieces I have. I make sure everybody has the same amount. If there's an odd number, I take the last piece, or the first piece, whatever, just so it doesn't become an issue. I made another little vocabulary game for the kids, and it's just called Then and Now. So I made a Then and Now mat, and I made a bunch of cards, and we talk about what life was like for the first settlers of the United States, how they didn't have cars, they had horses, and they didn't have like an electric oven. They had to use wood for a fire and things like that. So we'll draw a card, and they have to decide if this is a then or a now. And of course, a car would be a now, an inkwell with a quill pen would be a then. This dress is a now dress. Let me find the little then dress. They love, 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 love that. This is the little pilgrim then dress. So it's just kind of a fun way to introduce some new vocabulary and teach them that things in the past were different than they are now. And they may not know some of that stuff. So it's just a great learning opportunity. Another really fun thing that I've got, and I think I've got this with numbers in my lesson plan, but I've got letters here. I've got like 4 of these little turkeys, and I hide the turkeys under letters. You can use as many letters as you want. 26 letters is too many. So I will use all the letters that we have learned so far this year, plus the letter in their name. So whatever letter their name starts with, if we haven't learned that yet, I will add that to the mix. But I will hide these turkeys and have a group of 4 come, and I'll hide 4 turkeys, and they all get to find one turkey. And then we'll do it again and again because they love it so much. And they hide the turkeys for me, and I always act like I can't find them, even though I know exactly where they are because they make it pretty obvious. But it's super fun. And they love it so much. And they just laugh, and I get silly with them on that one too. I have a way of winding my class up and then having to work really hard to bring them back down again. And I've just found this other one, you guys. Oh yeah, it's uppercase letters. So that one was lowercase letters. This one was uppercase letters. And I believe this one was a freebie that I had at one point. So if you're interested in one of these, shoot me an email, and I can probably find that file and send that to you as well. Another thing that I like to do at the end, so this might be a day or day before the day of break, we'll do a Thanksgiving bingo, and it's just talking about our vocabulary, which mostly has to do with food. We will draw the cards. They will cover them with clear buttons so I can see for sure if they're doing the right thing. And I made this one so long ago, you guys. I made this like almost like a real bingo game, so all the cards are different and they don't have every picture. I don't know why I did that. I will never do that again. They really can't handle it. They don't like games where there has to be a clear winner. If everybody can kind of win at the same time, it will make your life so much better as a teacher. I also always include vocabulary cards. So we play lots of different kinds of match games with vocabulary words. Pilgrims, visiting, Mayflower. See, there's 2 of each picture. And my pre-K is getting pretty good with memory games. I feel like I can play that with them. With my 3-year-olds, we'll turn them over and leave them face up and keep them face up. And then they can keep picking until they find the match. It just makes it easier for them. And the whole point is not really how good your memory is. It's like, let's learn our Thanksgiving vocabulary and play a little game with that. In my Thanksgiving lesson plan, I have rhyme or not rhyme mats and rhyming pair cards that you can sort. That's another literacy activity that I always do every Thanksgiving. I can't find it. I'm sure I loaned it out to another teacher. So I'm going to have to print up another one again, but that is also in my Thanksgiving lesson plan. I don't introduce rhyming games until this point of the year because the kids really need to hear rhyme a lot in a lot of the books that I read. I like to bring up words that rhyme a lot. We like to do a lot of like little rhyming songs and talk about rhyming words. And I don't want to throw them into doing a rhyming activity until I feel like they're a little bit more developmentally ready. And some kids aren't going to be developmentally ready this whole year. Some kids just don't hear rhyme for a while. So keep that in mind when you do rhyming games. But I also have rhyming match cards. So there's a ham and a yam, beans and jeans, So I might lay a bunch of these out, like one part of the match face up, and then give them a card, and they've got to go find the rhyming match. I will read every single card to them before we start, and I'll do these in small groups, and I will usually do it after we have talked about rhyming in whole group. So I have tons and tons of Thanksgiving activities and centers in my Thanksgiving lesson plan, and I will leave it in my description. I'm going to stop the video right here. I'm going to grab my art activities and loop that onto this video as well. Just because there's so much at Thanksgiving holidays, there's always so much that we do. And then I'll show the turkeys. Actually, I think I'm just going to show you the turkeys, and I'm not going to do the art. I might do the art later, maybe later next week. Okay, I'm going to show you my turkeys and my bulletin board right now. It's going to evolve over the week, but it's super fun. Okay, so here's my turkey for my morning class and my turkey for my afternoon class. We'll add our gratitude feathers. This year I've decided to put lots of Thanksgiving things, the Macy's Parade, football, and a lot of food on my board as well, just because I don't do a lot of other art that goes on that board. But here are just some of the disguises that I've got for my turkeys. So the turkeys will go up, or turkey feathers will go up. I'll give them about a day after we do that, and then we start disguising the turkeys. We'll give them mustaches, and then we'll add glasses, neckties, shoes, hair bows, beards. We go crazy, and each day the kids are so excited to see what has changed about the turkeys. But happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Okay, so those are just a million ways you can make your literacy and art a little bit more fun this Thanksgiving season. And I am so very grateful and thankful for all my subscribers and for you for watching this today. So thank you.